Naked shower pictures, intimate pajama shots, all kinds of sexy poses. Parents, have you checked your child's phone recently? Because these are selfies. Pictures taken by your boys and girls as young as 10. And then they're posted everywhere on all kinds of apps. What's your first reaction when you see these pictures, guys?
Too much, too soon.
Where is mom and dad? I am absolutely. I'm paying for that phone. You are not going to take pictures of your body and
you don't know what they do all the time.
I know.
And
okay, I agree.
That phone is like a little spy in your house, and it's snipping and snapping, and then the world gets to see it.
But you've had the talk with your parents, Kirby, when we were talking about this during the break.
Well, I talked with my kids. I talked to my daughter.
Did I say parents?
You said parents.
I meant kids. Now, if you were talking to your parents, I would be really nervous about grandma and grandpa.
If my parents could do this, it'd be impressive. But no, I told my son, he was when he was 17, look, if a girl sends you a photo of herself, provocatively, understand she's underage, so possessing that is possessing child porn, and so you need to get rid of that and tell her don't do it. And I told my daughter, don't send out pictures of yourself because there are crazy people in this world.
Listen to blogger Jenny Chu from Mommy Nanny Boo Boo.
Yo, what up, nyagas? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from yo mama's house, and we getting it in. And today I'm about to make a video about underage selfies, about this underage selfie stuff. Now, the girl in the video, in the photo you see in place of the video, I'm not exactly sure how old she is, but it's just a photo, so I'm just leave it there. You leave your comments to yourself. Remember, we don't know how old she is, right? So let's get to it. Today I'm gonna talk about underage selfies, and it's something that happened to me when I was younger, which really definitely which helped me out with knowing things about my niece. So when I was younger, when I used to live in my old neighborhood in Brooklyn, when I was about 18, 19, I used to hang out a lot with kids who were younger than me. I'd say the average age of the person I hung out with when I was 19 was 16. They're all tall, so I blended in. None of them had kids. I blended in. We all like hanging out, except I didn't go to high school with them. Well, actually, I did go to high school with them. So I started hanging out with them at 17 when they were like 14 and 13. Yeah. So, but only 1 year. We only went to high school at the same time for 1 year because I was like 3 years older than most of them, right? So as I got to know these people, I got to meet some of their friends, and some of their friends were even younger than them. And I had nieces at the time. One niece of mine is 7 years younger, and the other one is 9 years younger. And we lived together for some time. Me and my nieces in the house that my father sold, the big house, whatever. And something interesting happened. Something very interesting happened. I remember hanging out one day with my friends, and one of the girls was 13 years old. And I was like 17, but this girl was 13. She was older than my niece. But interestingly enough, she was a friend of my niece, a close friend who knew a lot of stuff. And one day she was just telling me about her friends and what she does. She spoke German, which I found interesting, and she was just telling me about things. And the next thing you know, she goes, yeah, this one girl, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, really? And I'm like, I knew she was talking about my niece because my niece is the only person with that name in all of Brooklyn. All of Brooklyn, the only one. The only one. You'll never hear another one, right? So she says the name, and then she starts talking about the person. Now, basically, what I'm trying to say is, because I knew that girl, I knew a lot about my niece. I knew everything. I knew who she was dating, who the guy was, who where she was living, because sometimes she ran away. I knew every single thing. She couldn't move without me finding out. Now, I wasn't even paying this girl. She was just telling me because I guess she had a man crush on me or something. She's so little and I'm much older than her. She probably had a crush or something like that. But she told me everything. Everything. So what I'm basically trying to say here is I'm trying to give some tips to parents. I'm not trying to advise parents to necessarily go and make friends with some underage child who knows your son or daughter. But what I suggest is this. You should know who your child's best friends are. You should definitely know who these motherfuckers are, because let me tell you, some of them are real dick faces, and your child's a good child, but these little badass motherfucking selfie taking boobs out children, they're ruining your child, right? Sorry, but yeah, you should definitely find out who your child's best friends are, and if it's possible, best thing for you to do is contact the teacher, because they usually have the same classes. Contact the teacher and get the contact of the parent of that best friend. This way, each parent can learn something about their child. So let me give you an example. So a lot of times kids won't want to tell their parents bad things that they do, but sometimes they don't mind telling their parents bad things their friends do, especially because the kids think that makes them look better to the parent's eyes. So they can say, oh, Joanna cut class today, but I didn't. Oh yeah, she cut class, but I didn't do it. You know? Then what happened, that parent could call the other parent and said, hey, I found out your child cut class today. And vice versa. You know, because kids, they don't think the parents are going to be in contact, but with just access of the internet and all this stuff, you know, a lot more about your child is out there. A lot of other people know too, so I don't know if that really gives you an advantage. Probably gives you an advantage and a disadvantage, but you should definitely try that. That's awesome shit right there. It's similar to how girls do. I don't know if you guys know about this, but I remember the first bad photo. I don't know if I call it a bad photo, but the first time I saw a photo my ex-girlfriend didn't want me to see. Do you know where I saw that photo? She went on vacation, took an interesting photo that she never thought I'd see. But you know where I found that photo? It wasn't on her phone. It was on her best friend's phone. And where were the bad images of her best friend? They were on her phone. So what happens? When I look at my girl's phone and her friend's man looks at her phone, we think, oh, your best friend's wild. I'm happy you're not like her. When it's the same shit. So that's basically what I'm saying. Like a lot of this is mostly I think everyone does it. You know, when you have a best friend, you know, you may hide things. Like when you're a guy, you have a best friend, you hide things because you don't want your best friend to get in trouble. But even with that, you are still more likely to tell something negative about your best friend before you tell something negative about yourself. And you can learn a lot that way. You can learn a lot about a person from finding someone who knows that person. So, not to be too confusing, just to overview one more time, if you're a parent, you need to find out the parent of your child's best friend. I mean, if you really give a shit. Because I know I'm not a parent, but I don't see how this is a bad idea. And who's the connection to that parent? The teacher. You have similar teachers. I mean, with emails, it's funny how parents like, I don't know how to get in contact. Are you fucking stupid? There's all this email and shit. Get your teacher's Facebook or whatever the fuck it is. The internet makes it way too easy to contact the fucking person, man. Way too easy. And the only thing this parent has to do is go get the information and send it to you. It's not, I don't think it's something illegal or something, because if that, especially if that teacher knows your child's the best friends, it's important for you and the parent to have it. Not only that, sometimes your child may hide shit from you. Your child can hide shit from you. Children are high tech. They may go into your email and delete parent-teacher conference day or whatever the fuck, and you won't know about it. It's also good to know that other parents can say, hey, just a reminder, tomorrow or next week's parent-teachers conference, we gotta go and see how our children are doing. You know, I remember when I was younger how much I used to hide mail and shit. I used to hide mail like nobody's business. I would cut school, wait for the mail, get the mail, hide the mail from my father. That's because they weren't emailing him all the time. Even though my father was PTA president of every school I've ever been to. I don't know how the fuck he did that. You guys have no idea how annoying that is. You have no idea how annoying that is. You can't imagine how annoying that is. I still don't know how he didn't know sometimes, but still, PTA president of every school I've ever been to. And I was in 1, 2, 4 schools, PS 12, PS 316, Win McKinley, Erasmus Hall, 4 schools. He was the PTA president of all of them, except for when I went to New Utrecht. No, not New Utrecht. Oh shit, what's the name of that school I went to? Damn man, I'm mad old. I went to another high school. Ah shit, it was like kind of towards Coney Island. A lot of Russian people. Oh my god, I forgot the name of my school, bro. This isn't even funny. It's not New Utrecht. It was some other school. Damn, bro. Yo, if you guys know the school near like Avenue X, Lincoln. Yeah, I went to Lincoln. There you go. Yo, I'm losing my mind. I'm so old. I went to Lincoln for 1 year. That was my introduction to the Russian people. But I ended up dropping out because I didn't like it, and I went to college next year by taking my GED. And I went to Brooklyn College for some time, whatever. But I'll get to that story later. But basically, let me know what you think. I mean, I think it's real good for parents out there to understand the family, to know the family of their child's best friend. I think you'll get a lot of information from that. You get a lot of information. It'll definitely help you out, and you both can essentially keep your eyes on each other's child. And plus, one more thing, you know what a lot of young girls do? They did this to me, with me a lot when I was younger. They would go sleep over a boy's house, but before they do that, they would tell their parents, oh, I'm sleeping over Janine's house, or oh, I'm sleeping over Shaquana's house, whatever the fuck. And really, they're going over Roger's house. And Roger got Taylor over too, so they're both tearing that up. Alright, so definitely get in contact with your child's best friend's parents, right? Let me know what you think of this video. See, sometimes I try to be hateful. Wow. Sometimes I try to be helpful, but niggas still gonna hate. I know it. But anyway, let me know. I'm out. Later.